You know, Gary, if there is a big tournament around, I better talk about it. I forgot. Good morning and welcome to Nature Watch. Nature Watch is sponsored by Waddell's Nursery, Floral, Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. And now your host of Nature Watch, it is Gary J. Miller.
Good morning.
Good morning. I wanted to do the full Facebook thing. You can find him on Facebook, by the way, just saying. You can find me there too, but who cares?
So comfortable out there today.
It is.
And actually, that chance, we were just talking a little bit about that chance of rain. Looks like Sunday night into Monday morning. I'm just looking at Michigan Storm Chasers. They just posted not too long ago this morning. The rate of amount of rainfall we're looking at here in Kalamazoo County is 1 inch to inch and a half total. Right along the state line, 1.5 inches to 2 inches. So we'll see if that comes to fruition. We need more rain. I only had 0.6 of an inch total this last week.
Yeah, and you know, that's why if it comes to fruition, because you know they were warning about heavy rain this last week, and it wasn't as heavy as we thought it would be.
So hopefully it'll be nice, come nice and slow, so it's going to soak in, because we do need more moisture because we're getting dry. We're a little worse with the drought monitor this week. So last week we were at 2.88% of the state for a couple of weeks. We're now up to 4.35% of the state. That little corner in extreme southwest corner of Berrien County is no longer in an abnormally dry condition. They're in no drought condition right now, but it's expanded in the Upper Peninsula. And the Upper Peninsula is not expecting any rain coming soon.
Oh.
So that's at the western end of the Upper Peninsula, and then all along the Menominee River at the Michigan and Wisconsin border is in abnormally dry condition. Okay. And looks like it's going to get worse as we go. So the only states still that are 100% drought condition free are Alaska and Ohio. And actually, Indiana is very, very close. Only 0.10%, 0.1% of the state is in a drought condition. Way in the extreme upper northwest corner over towards Chicago. They're in that abnormally dry condition. Just
which is odd because Berrien County's fine, which is right.
So they got enough rain to get out of it, but Indiana did not quite everything.
How did that work out? Indiana, you know, yeah, they've had their share of storms. In fact, if I may, sir, Storm Chaser Adam Lucio, you know, we're attached to Michigan Storm Chasers, but I also look at other storm chasers to see what they have, and this is definitely worth mentioning. Using data from the Storm Prediction Center storm reports, the top 10 tornado states so far in 2026 from January 1st until yesterday. Okay? Is Michigan in the top 10?
I would say they are. They're probably in the top 5 or 6. No?
No and no.
Oh, wow.
No and no. Wisconsin has had 44 tornado reports. Indiana 56. The low number is Alabama 37.
Oh. Wow. But
neighboring Mississippi's had 83.
Wow.
So, you know, and you look at the normal Tornado Alley, Texas with 50, Oklahoma 63, Kansas 52, Missouri's had 76.
So how many has Michigan had? They list that there?
They do not list it.
So I think we're up about 29 or 30,
but
pretty close to that now.
If you notice, I've mentioned quite a few of the states. Iowa at 64. There's a state around all of those states that is at number 1, and I think you can figure it out. It's not too far from here.
Is it Illinois?
Yes, and that number is staggering. 168.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Illinois and parts of Illinois are actually at the eastern end of Tornado Alley, and so they tend to get quite a few, but that's abnormally high compared to everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. That's nuts.
Well, it seemed like we had tornado warnings this last week here in southwestern Michigan again. It seemed like it's becoming a weekly occurrence again.
Right.
Gets annoying because actually every time we've had them, I am in the path downwind, and I'm not sure if they're going to stay strong enough to come my way or they're not going to shift. And luckily, they've either weakened or shifted.
I think we're at 23, I think.
Well, we just had one from a week and a half ago.
But 23 is still a big number for this state. It is.
Yes. for this time of year because we're still in storm season.
Well, and 56 in Indiana. Wow. So there you go. Okay, there's my contribution.
So some observations this last week besides watching the radar and hoping the tornado doesn't head my way. My wife had actually had the Merlin app up, and she thought it had picked up an indigo bunting. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. They nest near us. And it didn't hear it again. So that's really odd. We found the indigo bunting. It had gotten trapped in one of my buildings. It had come in one of the vents and could not get back out. It had not lived. We were so saddened.
Those things happen.
They do, but it's still the indigo buntings are not common, so don't like to see that. Actually, several nights this week, towards the evening, still quite light out. I call them the Tres Amigos. There are groups, two groups of Tres Amigos, so dos groups, 3 deer and 3 robins, or not 3 robins, 3 wild turkey. 3 wild turkey, and they're in the same field, and they're within probably 10 yards of each other. But the groups of 3 are sort of huddling together, so I don't know if they're playing football, rugby, or something. I'm not sure.
3.
It looked like they were just out grazing and eating, and maybe it was a good spot to eat or so. Maybe it was one of those good restaurants, eat here.
Folks, it could be one of those shows. If you want to join in, 269-382-4280, or you can text us to 80373. Let us know. In fact, on the text, let us know what you have seen out and about. If you've seen something rare, especially, like you with the bird, right?
Yeah, so that's not typical to see those. I usually see them occasionally fly across the road in front of me just west of my house, and I know they're nesting nearby. Monday morning, I saw a red-tailed, I think it was a red-tailed hawk. It was a glance. I caught it out of the side of my eye. I glanced real quick, but I was driving, so I wanted to pay attention to my driving.
Right.
And this hawk was being attacked by a small dark bird. It looked like it was flying looked like a robin.
Oh.
And it kept attacking the hawk. So I'm guessing that the hawk had tried to get a nestling or so of the robins. And the robin's parent was not happy.
And you'd think the hawk would win out.
Yeah.
You would think. Oh no! Don't make a robin mad. Yes.
So today, talking about birds of prey, today is American Eagle Day.
Woohoo!
So happy American Eagle Day.
Yeah, there you go.
So that in the late 18th century, the national bird was placed on the Great Seal of the U.S. That's 1782, and so it's been sort of accepted as the national bird. It actually was not officially adopted as a national bird until just several years ago. President Biden signed that. Yeah, actually, I think it's about 2 years ago. It wasn't too long ago.
Okay.
That they finally made it official. The bald eagle is only found in North America. They tend to live around rivers and lakes, marshes, or coasts. Their main food source is fish, but they also eat small birds and eggs as well. And they're pretty adaptive. They'll wait for another bird of prey to catch something and then steal their food from them. So that was one of the reasons Ben Franklin did not like them as the national bird, because they were sort of scavengers, and they would occasionally eat dead animals, and they were thieves. He didn't think they should be a national bird.
Okay, there you go. Tell you what, that phone number I gave you, 269-382-4280, you can win a trivia card, or should I say gift certificate with
gift
it.
certificate.
Producer Steve is standing by at 382-4280. Gary has a trivia question for you. First correct caller, and we'll take it during the break. First correct caller will win a $20 gift card to Waddell's.
So we'll see how people are awake this morning and how much they've paid attention in the news.
Yeah.
So this is not a local happening.
Okay.
So this last week, a world-famous tree was in the news because it had died. So my question is, what tree is it? I don't need the botanical name. I just need the name that they had sort of given it. And where is it located?
Oh.
And it was actually in quite a few news feeds that I saw here in the last several days.
Okay, there you go.
So a world-famous tree that was in the news because it had died.
269-382-4280. What's the tree and where is it? That's what Gary's looking for, 269-382-4280. we'll get us a winner after the break, we hope, on Nature Watch on WKZO.
Father's Day is tomorrow, and Waddell's has just what Dad has been wanting. Dad loves shade in his outdoor living area, and Waddell's is famous for super hardy, locally grown shade trees that would make the perfect gift. This week, save 21% on your choice of more than 100 varieties of shade, ornamental, and fruit trees. Another great Father's Day gift idea is a fire pit. Waddell's entire rock quarry is 21% off, including natural stone blocks to make fire pits, flagstone for patios, wall block cobblestones, and more. Stop into Waddell's for other gift ideas like a rose bush, which are all $5 off this week, or a custom flower arrangement in a Best Dad coffee mug with fresh flowers and a beef stick. How about making the job of watering easier with a rain drip irrigation kit, a traveling sprinkler, a new hose, or hose reel? And if you can't decide, a Waddell's gift certificate is always the right size and color. Happy Father's Day from Waddell's Nursery Florist and Garden Center. Open today until 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 7.
WKZO.
I like the local news.
More local news on the radio than any other station in town. And online, too, at WKZO.com.
Welcome back to Nature Watch. Trivia. We're trying to give away a gift card. What is the question once again?
So this last week, a world-famous tree was in the news because it had died. What tree is it, and where is it located?
And George, I think, is going to take a shot at this. Good morning.
Good morning there.
Good morning.
I think it was the Robin Hood tree in Sherwood Forest.
You think what again? Can you repeat that?
The Robin Hood tree in Sherwood Forest.
Robin Hood tree in Sherwood Forest.
Yes, that is correct.
Bam and boom.
So there's a couple of trees that are named the Robin Hood tree. This one particular one was called the Major Oak. But yes, this is the Robin Hood tree. The other one was the large tree that was used in the Robin Hood movie with starring Kevin Costner. So it became sort of a secondary Robin Hood tree. But this is the Robin Hood tree. And the story is this Major Oak, Quercus robur is the botanical name, was about 1,200 years old or so. And the story is that Robin Hood and some of his men hid inside the tree because it had this fungus that hollowed the tree out. However, if you think about a 1,200-year-old tree and the legend of Robin Hood, the one of the comments I saw is this tree would have been a little acorn possibly when Robin Hood was around. Okay. But there was probably some other large trees like that. Okay. This tree is massive, actually impressive. So in Sherwood Forest, and they're actually have been trying to protect this tree for decades. But this tree had a canopy spread of 92 feet. But the impressive part is, and a height of 52 feet. The impressive part is the trunk circumference was 36 feet. That gives it a diameter of almost 11 and a half feet. Think of that for an oak.
How about those stats, George?
Yeah, right.
But it's so it's impressive. They actually, because the oaks tend to, as they age, their limbs get heavier and heavier, and so they get nearer the ground. They actually supported all the limbs back, almost 30 years ago. But they think the major cause of it dying out are several reasons. One, they've had drought conditions for several years now, so it's really stressed the tree. And the human traffic compacting the soil on the roots. And so they've actually had it fenced off so they can't get as close to the tree, but they think all that compaction over all the years didn't help it at all. Oh, okay. And so they actually, they've been watching it the last couple of years. They had very few leaves come out. This year had no leaves come out. So they declared it deceased. But very, very large, impressive tree. So if you think about, think about the big oaks, any big oaks near you, think of that oak being 11 and a half foot diameter. That's a huge tree.
There you go, George. You can fool your friends now.
There's no chainsaw big enough for that.
Congratulations.
There you go. All right, George, you're our winner today. I'm going to send you back over to Steve, and he's going to get some details from you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Hang on the line there, George. 269-382-4280 if you want to join in, or you can text us to 80373. By the way, coming up, I'm just going to let this cat out of the bag. Due to the weekend and due to the fact that it's also a graduation weekend in the Waddell family, we recorded over the garden fence yesterday. So Don't call.
It's not live, it's Memorex.
I'll use that. Sure. Why not? But I'm giving you the heads up,
So we actually have an event coming up tomorrow, summer solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yes.
So that June solstice.
Yeah, tell that to the weather. It's more like mid-May.
Well, it was hot earlier, so I was trying to make up and get the average, so it averages out about right. So 4:24.
It's summer.
4:24 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Daylight Time. It will officially become summer, and so it'll. After that, our day amount of daylight is going to get less and less.
But the temperature is going to go up. I did check the forecast, and it looks like next weekend into the 4th will be in the 80s. So there you go.
But not real high 80s. Look like lower 80s when I looked at the forecast.
But it's 80s. Yeah. 80. Our normal is 79 right now. I do believe. No, or is it in the 80s now?
It might be just almost 80.
Might be 80.
So tomorrow the amount of daylight is 15 hours and 16 minutes. And so it's going to gradually start getting less and less, heading towards winter, just to say.
Okay.
So actually with the weather, and tonight we got rain coming tomorrow night possibly, but tonight looks like the skies are clear. Kalamazoo Astronomical Society has another public observing session out at the Nature Center.
This one might go, folks.
And this one looks like it's going to be very, very clear. Not a lot of moonlight, so should be a fantastic night to go out and see some stars in that. So if you have a chance to go out, that starts at 9:30 until 12:30 a.m. And they're going to be highlighting that great globular clusters. Earlier today at the Nature Center at 2 o'clock, 2 to 3, they're doing a habitat walk. So meet at the front desk there, and it's included with your admission. Coming up next Friday night, they are doing a firefly night hike at the Nature Center, which would be pretty cool. So that's at... They actually have two entry times, 8 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. It goes from 8 to 11. Can't even talk this morning. I have enough coffee or so. There is a fee for that. They do require you to register because you get that time to come in, but it should be pretty neat to go out and see some fireflies. The bird sanctuary is free tomorrow for dads, so if you're looking for something that last minute to do with dads, Kellogg Bird Sanctuary is free for the dads to get in. So
okay.
Might be a pretty comfortable day to hike around.
Yeah.
And then coming up this next week, starting Monday, is National Pollinator Week. So Monday through the 22nd through next Sunday, the 28th, is National Pollinator Week. This year they are highlighting, and actually sort of the theme is Life on a Leaf, celebrating caterpillars and host plants, primarily those host plants for the Lepidoptera, i.e. the butterflies and moths. And so they're going to really highlight that. Get a good chance to get some plants, some host plants for those insects. And in conjunction with that, next Saturday, Waddell's has their pollinator party. So they're going to have some butterflies to actually have them hatch out from their chrysalis, and they're going to actually have those. We're going to have some themed crafts. Saturday, the plan is at 2 p.m. to release those butterflies. However, if you have a little bug carrier and you want to carry one of those those butterflies home and release them at your house, bring a bug carrier with you, and you can take a butterfly home with you and release it in your backyard. So we're going to have a variety of butterflies. Usually get a nice assortment, all natives, and so they're going to have a little fee for those themed crafts, but you're going to learn about host plants, nectar plants, and the Kalamazoo Bee Club is also going to be there to go along with pollinators. So with Father's Day tomorrow, the dad's joke is that's the latest buzz from Waddell's. Oh. I got Jim to roll his eyes on that one.
I did say a few minutes ago it was going to be one of those shows.
It is. Yeah, it is.
And we're there. We are there. And you can join us, 269-382-4280. The two of us are not the only ones with bad dad jokes that can relate into nature.
I'm sure there's a lot of them out there.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So DNR and Eagle have been really monitoring the algal blooms, or algal blooms, if you want to pronounce it, with that algae that actually comes out some of the lakes and actually is really harmful to you and your pets. They've had several lakes already. They are looking at some, so I mentioned last week they have a reporting tool for that. They're actually working on some different ways to actually sort of starve it and trying to control it.
Is this the same problem that they've had off and on over the years at Austin Lake?
Yes.
Okay.
And like
right.
Lake Erie typically has had it. But the algae
but now you know why they close up Ramona Parks Beach so much.
Yes.
And it's not to keep you away; it's because of the algae.
So yeah, those algal blooms actually can be very dangerous if you actually ingest any of it. Which you're usually not eating it, but you may even come in contact with, may affect you. Yeah. Another big thing in the news this last week, and it's been out several weeks ago, but they released the press release this last week. 6 new species of plants being added to the invasive plant list.
Oh.
And so they are the common buckthorn, the glossy buckthorn, calorie pear, i.e. the ornamental pear trees, Japanese barberry, and then also 2 water plants, water hyacinth and water lettuce, despite those 2 being tropical plants. So they've had some instances where it looks like some of those have possibly overwintered in some lakes on the east side of the state. And if you've ever seen some of the photos of some of the Amazon basin and some of the rivers where the water is not moving very much, or in Africa, like the Zambezi and the Congo rivers, and that big gloss of green vegetation across the whole surface, those are water hyacinth.
Okay.
And so they are very prolific, or can be. They can choke out some native plants. They do remove a lot of nutrient from water. So it's actually there are some benefits too, but they decided to add those to the list. So as of yesterday, you cannot purchase the water hyacinth lettuce in Michigan anymore. The other plants are going to be available until 2028, January 21st, 2028. They will no longer be available in Michigan. And
okay, well, if they're invasive, why even make them available? Why not just yank them right now?
So they're accommodating, I think, the nursery trade as far as because all the plants that are coming down the pike. I think there's probably going to be some clarifications because I know most, if not all, of the barberry, Japanese barberry that are in the nursery trade are sterile. So I'm going to guess that they're going to have some tweaks on the reports on this, as is the one. I know the one buckthorn that we sell at Waddell's is sterile also. So I'm going to guess they'll have some tweaks on this as far as, and also giving them some times to tweak specific species and cultivars.
Oh, okay.
So, go to the Michigan Invasives Species Program. There are actually some pretty interesting things. They had that webinar this last week on the Not My Species, and I actually didn't have a chance to link in, and I haven't had a chance to go back and look at the recording yet. But it's interesting. I want to do that. There's a lot of invasives out there. They ask you to keep an eye out for those invasive species, especially spotted lanternfly, and some of the woolly hemlock woolly adelgid and the balsam woolly adelgid, because they are out and about.
Okay.
And you have some chances to actually be a citizen scientist besides doing scouting when you're out and about with these comfortable temperatures. The DNR is asking for some help in observing osprey nests. And so if you have that, so sign up. You can register that. They have a tool you can report those. If you know of an osprey nest, they ask you to do several times that you report where it's at, what activity you're seeing. And also, if you have bats roosting near you, they're asking for help in monitoring those roosting areas for bats, because the bats have been very affected by several diseases, and their population is way down. And the bats are important. I have some bats that live in my big barn, and I love to see the bats come out at dusk because I encourage them to fly around and eat all those mosquitoes that they catch. And with we've had enough rains, the mosquitoes are starting to come out, so they're out and about. So if you're out hiking around, make sure you have some insect repellent on to keep the mosquitoes and the ticks away from you.
Yeah. And we talked about ticks a little bit, too, in the show coming up. So, and we related it back to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Saying,
so the ticks there's a lot of ticks. So make sure you check yourself and your family when you're out and about, because those ticks can catch a ride with you somewhere.
Even in your garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any kind of vegetation typically.
Mm-hmm.
And And talking about wildlife, in garden, I have electric fence around my vegetable garden, and I've had a deer come in and tangle with that and my big hoop structure that I grow my cucumbers on, and actually bent the heavy wire hoop structure. So I think it got tangled up and was upset. I don't know if it was being chased or what. So I was not happy.
Nature. Darn you, nature.
They got lots of other things to eat outside the vegetable garden. Leave the vegetable garden alone.
Go. All right. He's suited up, so you can go see Gary at Waddell's today.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you, sir, and thank you for listening to this edition of Nature Watch. Tune in each Saturday at 8:30 for Nature Watch. Brought to you by Waddell's Nursery, Floral Garden, and Bird Center at the corner of 12th Street and Millam Road. National and local news is up next, and then a pre-recorded edition of Over the Garden Fence coming up next on 590 and 106.9 FM WKZO.